A legal drama really coming into its own in its third season is The Lincoln Lawyer. I'm talking with the star himself, Manuel Garcia-Rulfo. So thank you for chatting with me. And for those who haven't seen any of The Lincoln Lawyer, first of all, what's wrong with you? Second of all, give us a brief synopsis of what this show's all about.
Hi, Trevor. How are you? Well, uh, it's about a lawyer who does business in the back of his Lincoln. But in this specific season, it's always Mikey Haller going, against all these obstacles, every kind of obstacle, love and addiction and cases and everything. And, he does this with the help of his team, with his office, his friends, his ex-wives. And in this case, the story follows the case of a murder of a very good friend of him. So it's very personal. So I guess in this season, the stakes are higher for him.
Yeah, the stakes are very high. And also, like you mentioned, his ex-wives are back. Some good, some bad, working with them. Nev Campbell, Becky Newton, where do we see them this season?
With Maggie, she's... Well, there's a little distance because, how they ended up things last season. But I don't know. I think the love that Mikey Haller has for Maggie, she's the love of his life. So I think it's always going to be there. So it's always going to be present, especially because they share a daughter, and because of that, that love that bonds them together. So. Yeah, but she's in there in the story, of course.
And for those who, obviously, we know the 2011 film starring Matthew McConaughey, also adapted from the Michael Connelly books. But what I want people to know, if they haven't seen The Lincoln Lawyer, this is different stories. Like the books in the series adapt different parts rather than the movie. So yes, you're playing the same character, but you get to tell different stories and people aren't just watching the same story. How did you go to make Mikey Haller your own character?
Yeah, I mean it's based on the books, like you said, and Matthew McConaughey's film was the first book, and we started with the second. Of course, in order to adapt it to the TV, sometimes they use some things from other, from book 3 and put it in book 2, to make it work. But to make it my own, I mean, it's hard, when you see an actor as good as McConaughey in something, you're like, oh my God, now what am I gonna do? But it's just different. I guess, you bring your own essence to it. It's the format is different because it's TV and the other one's film. But I don't know. I focused a lot on his vulnerability of the character instead of going with this, he can do everything and, like a superhero kind of guy. I really wanted to feel all that heaviness of his addiction and all that stuff that you see in the first season. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to put that. And what's so great also about The Lincoln Lawyer on TV is you were born in Mexico, a Mexican-born actor at the forefront of a major streaming service on a major show. What is that? It's got to be great for representation all around the world. What is it like to have that on your shoulders?
I love it, man. I honestly, I'm very grateful and very grateful with the platform, with Netflix, with the showrunners to give me that, to give me the opportunity, and also because I know it's not a challenge, but like it's flipping a coin to bet on, like, okay, let's try to, a Mexican actor, in a part, in a character that's a lawyer, with an accent and all this thing. So I bet the decisions that were made, were like, oh my God, is this gonna work or not? So I'm really grateful that they took the chance with that, and it's working, so that's good.
Certainly working. It's a home run as an audience member. Thank you so much, Manuel. Make sure you watch The Lincoln Lawyer. All of season 3 streaming now on Netflix. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Big hug. Thank you.